I'm a cowgirl. This is my horse. A doom doom. Let's talk about time off. Scout here has had 6 to 8 weeks off about. So what we're doing right now is retracing and reinforcing things that she does really well. And it just gives her a nice feeling of success. I didn't even have to ask. She just presented her hip right though. That was good, but a little far away, so I'm gonna ask her to step back right there. Now, if I were to jump on her every time she did this and put her to work, what would be, where's the release in that? So if she gives me a nice step up to the block, the release is I get down and we walk away. I tell her, good job. Rub the hip, take a moment, looking for that lick and chew. The video is bumpy because Steve's standing there with a mule behind him. And if you could see what I can see, that Bo is giving Steve a good nudge every now and then. Bo does not like being ignored. Put the foot in the stirrup, get up on, and then she takes those 2 steps. I'm gonna ask her to step back. Instant release. This is where the attitude is set. She's jigging, high-headed, tight mouth right here. That's probably gonna show up later in our ride. If I'm out with a group of friends and I want that nice soft horse, but I didn't take the time right here at the mounting block, it's just gonna snowball. The minute she holds her feet still, minute she drops her head, I release pressure. The more patient and quiet I get, the more patient and quiet she gets, and the faster we're able to finally just go out and ride in the wilderness. The head isn't high, the eyes aren't white. She's willingly presenting herself every single time. So that tells me we are good for the next step. She didn't move a foot, did she? She didn't even raise her head. And I'm gonna back her up because I do not like getting down off that mounting block. It's a little slick. So I'm gonna put her right here. Ask for quietness. And then get down. And that thing used to have like a skateboard tread on it, so it had some grip to it. It does not right now, it's very slick. Ideally, I get up on her from the block and get back down. So when I get up on her here, and then I sit on her, and then back her up and get down here, I am somewhat training her that the ultimate release is here. So be aware of these things that you're inadvertently or accidentally training. I just don't feel safe enough getting down on this thing. So that's a choice I'm making right now. Are we on? So I'm gonna ride her away from the mounting block, away from the barn. And as soon as I feel Scout turning away from what is perceived work, the round pen's down there, a trail's out, she's turning away, this is where we're gonna work now. This is now our area. Looking for soft, willing horse. I could spur her into action. Right now, I could take her and spur her over that hill. I've done it plenty of times. But mentally then, the next day, I've got a lot of explaining to do to her. Our relationship does not advance as much as it would if you just take the time to do this slow motion, boring stuff. Really, really, really pays off. Tomorrow, we will be further advanced than if I just took her face and spurred her into action. Let's go past the trailer. Let's see what happens. Most people, when they go to sell a horse, they polish it up and they show you that horse doing its ultimate best. Well, I'm the opposite. This horse is caked in dust, mud. We had some witches knots we just pulled out, and she's riding at her absolute worst right now. This is Scout at her worst.
She's cute.
Cute.
So are you.
Thank you. This is one of the best things you can do for any horse. A jiggy horse, an anxious horse, even a well-broke, bomb-proof horse. Work on doing nothing. You should be able to sit on your horse and have a nice conversation with your friend. You should be able to sit on your horse like Steve is right now and hold a camera or phone. If I want to sit here and count the leaves on this tree, I should be able to do that. This is actually a huge part of what I put into all the horses, that no reins. She's just holding herself pointed straight to the barn. That's where she wants to go. But now she's getting more interested in the dog. She's taken several big sighs of relief. Enjoy out here, just chill. We moved away from the mounting block. We did our 10-foot, our 50-foot circle, and now we're down here. See how quickly this is progressing? It's because we took the 10 or 15 minutes to just get her here and relax. Yeah, I just can't emphasize enough, especially if your horse has had, you know, a significant amount of time off. Every horse is different. Some horses need, you know, this after 5 days off. She's had 6 weeks off, almost 2 months, maybe 2 months. So anyway, take the time to get them here. And if you notice now, she's tired of me talking. She wants back in that barn. So I'm just gonna put her back where I had her. The release is right here. I'm gonna leave her alone if she just stays right here. Yes. I want to talk about why I use one rein. Maybe you have a cat. You can't make a cat do anything. So even if they've got to go to the bathroom and you pick them up and put them in that litter box, they're going to jump right out. You give the cat his litter box, you give him an idea, that's where it's at, but he's going to return to that litter box when it's his idea. Same with the horse. The more option you give and guide them to the right decision, the softer they're going to be. Eventually they're going to get there. Bo and Sparky, I can ask this with no bridle. I can just sit and they back up. And this is how we got there, is eventually I want less and less management on this horse. I want her to start managing herself. This here is a magic cedar. It's our tree of truth. Everyone's got one. I don't know if your cedar is the barn or a flagpole or a certain corner of the arena where your horse just kind of goes a little wonky. The last video I did was around this tree with good old Bo here that Steve's sitting on. When I ride out and I get to this tree and a horse rounds it softly and quietly, whether they're going towards the barn or away, if I can get them nice and soft around this tree, I know I've made tremendous progress. Is that a certain corner of your arena? You know you can ride your horse up to this corner before they lose it, they get spooky, or they want to turn back, or maybe an incident happened, like they saw a bicycle with a clown and Mylar balloons in a certain corner, and you both hold your breath. Don't go immediately to that corner. Go halfway to the corner, or go 20%, you know, of the way towards that corner, and then back up. And I don't mean literally back up. I mean ride to that point and then ride away. Let both you and your horse feel successful covering ground and doing what you can do best. So this is just the same principle as when we started out by that that mounting block. Like, what can we do right now to stay quiet, calm, and feel good about ourselves? There you go. Self-management. But they can only get there if you let them go. If I went around and just had a tight grip on her the whole time, forcing her, just like trying to force a cat into the cat box, we probably would have created a lot of tension and bad feelings, and she never would have made that choice on her own. That's just not where long-lasting trust comes from. You're not going to get that by forcing them and removing all options from them. So she had every chance there to run on a loose rein, and she didn't. So I'm not going around the tree immediately. I'm going to sit here. We're going to enjoy a really good job around that tree. Good job. Taxi! Oh, damn it. That was so good, too. That was a good one.
It
Messed
was.
it up. I messed that one up.